Good morning, legends, and welcome back to week 2 of Pro Mercher versus ChatGPT. If you haven't seen the first episode, I'll flash the rules and the week 1 results on the screen right now if you'd like to pause and take a look, but otherwise, let's pick back up from day 8. Week 2, guys, let's talk strategy. Now, obviously, I'm going to try and sell some of this stuff, although we are holding, we've got some long-term investments on these summer pies and restores, okay? But I was thinking, is it really a flipping series if there isn't a whole bunch of gilded in it? I'm thinking it's the week of the gilded. I've just been looking on G Tracker and I found some with some good margins. I'll show you in a moment. I'm going to pop some of these offers in, and then with whatever spaces we have left, we're going to try some more gilded stuff. So I think we found our first gilded piece, or bar the boots of course, but this is the gilded scimitar. Seems to have dropped a bit, but it looks like a good wide margin on here and quite a few for gilded sell. You're looking at 2, 9, 6, 15 every hour. So we'll try and get maybe 1 or 2 of them to try. Yeah, gilded boots, as we've done, I had to try and get more clue boxes. They are just too good. They are too good at the moment. A spade's already bought, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I just tried to undercut the last offer by 1 GP. But yeah, got some plate bodies in here. Just going to try a few things, see what we can find, stick with clue boxes, and just see how we go. We'll have some fun with it. Hopefully this week there's a few less hiccups, especially in the early stages. I have confidence in the north side. We're going to stick with the lovely, consistent cannonballs and a few of these items, and we're going to consult the almighty ChatGPT for a few new items. See if we can snipe any new good ones. So I'm going to put a few offers in, see how many spots we have left, and then I will go and consult the lawyer. So these 3 items, like the rune arrows, have a good margin. Like we paid 3.3 for those. So even though we're not investing a lot of the cash stack, it puts us in a unique position for the series in that we might try and find a big margin on a big item. Usually I don't like that because of the tax, but I will ask ChatGPT and we'll see. The cannonballs have just been so consistent. We're going to keep doing them for now. The margins change slightly. So if we stop having the consistency, we'll stop. The Fury ornament kits, we just found them yesterday and they had really wide margins. I've only put in for 1. I sometimes spaz out and do this, but they've been really good. Like I said though, the problem is we haven't got a lot of our cash stack invested, but if we can make some nice profits, like sometimes you don't have to. I've been having a lot more luck with items like this than if I go into here. Like the Furies have been tough, the Arcane Prayer Scrolls weren't working. The tax just eats into it too much. Hopefully these rune arrows sell and buy, because this would be a really consistent moneymaker. I'll show you guys the graph real quick. So as you guys can see, they have a pretty wide margin if you consider, like, I got all mine for 100 GP, so around here, and they seem to sell pretty consistently up in the 120 range. That's a really good margin. We're only paying 2 GP tax. So we're going to roll with these. We're going to try them out. We're going to keep with the Dragon Bolts, and let's ask it and try and find maybe a big item that we can make maybe a good mil or so on. That would be really nice with that 44 mil cash stack I think we have. So I've had a look at a few. I'm noticing this Armadillo chestplate is in a bit of a dip at the moment. So I'm thinking we're going to go for it. See if we can get one. Try and turn. It's tough because it's like a mil in tax though. This is what makes these items so tough at the moment. But I think we'll try and get one for around 45 and try and sell it for 47 and see what happens. Legends, nighttime is upon us. I've logged in and we have a lot of stuff bought, and I just want to say firstly that these rune arrows are so fucking clutch. 3.8 and we paid 3.3, so the profit on them is better than spending like 20 mil on Furies or whips. Good news, fellas and fellettes. We've got a few gilded things bought. Looting bags, good old faithful, have come through for a bit of a win as usual. Clue boxes have definitely slowed down, although these margins are absolutely ridiculous. So even 5 at a margin of like over 100k, it's just too easy. Hopefully we can get some nice deals on these gilded plate legs, spades, and the boots have been good too. Even with the low margin, still good. In this episode, there won't be much footage of asking ChatGPT for items because the main items we'll be merching this week are the rune arrows, the cannonballs, the fury ornament kits, and the dragon bolts unfinished. All of these items were suggested by ChatGPT in the last episode, and we're pretty much just going to be straight flipping these because the profits are so good at the moment and we want to see just how much the ChatGPT account can make in a single week. Hello. I'm a bit late today, guys. I'm a bit late, I won't lie. But, oh man, look at the spread on these gilded boots. We love to see it. Plate body and plate leg sold, awesome. Pretty excited about the offers. The clue boxes though, they're making me nervous. They're gonna have to crash at some point. Has the day come? Let's go and have a look. Okay, it's not too dire. They have definitely dropped a bit, but if I look, what did I pay for these? I paid 380k each. They're selling for 380k. Alright, so just looking at the gilded kite shield, and this is having a massive drop, so hopefully we can get one of those. I'm thinking of buying the full set and putting them into the set that you can do in the GE in this thing. I remember seeing Flipping Old School do it in one of his series and made some good money there, so if we get the opportunity tonight or tomorrow, we're going to do that. So obviously as well, I want to get some of the money back off these summer pies and blighted super restores. So I'm thinking about maybe dumping them in the next day or two. But for now, we're going to try and get this gilded kite shield. Do you even need the kites for the sets? I should really look. But either way, there's a massive margin at the moment. So I want to try and get some for this low price here. Well, I can't even afford it. Oops. Oh, no. Really should have looked. Hold on, guys. Let me find some money. Okay, we just lowered the boots. We'll just get 6 of them. It's plenty. See if we can snipe some of these, and then we'll do some math. If it all buys, we'll do some math, make a set, and go for it. I'm not bothered with these clue boxes. I'm happy to see them selling. It's about break even, give or take like 50k, I think. So I'm happy with that, as long as I don't get caught holding the bag, because we could lose an easy few mil if they drop back to what they were a week ago, which I suspect might happen. I actually don't know what's going on with them, so probably be a bit more cautious, or maybe it's time to move on from them. So, but for now, the gilded art continues. I'm keen to see where we end up tonight. Now that is a sexy chat box. That is what we like to see. I really feel like this account's definitely on its way. Chestplate didn't buy. I'm not even mad about that. So the dragon bolts are currently in a downward trend. I don't know why, but that always just seems to give me, like, I always think it's like they're on sale and it's a green light to buy. So we're going to go and get some more. Probably just try and get them for, like, if they're selling at 3202, 3204. Happy with that. Just quickly with our cash stack, I've asked ChatGPT what it reckons for 50 mil. Actually, where did I ask? Sorry, I asked what's one single item I can flip for a mil profit, and this time it's just giving me Dragon Hunter crossbow. Guys, you know it's bad when the rune arrows are making more profit than a bloody Dragon Hunter crossbow is going to. Well, 2 mil worth of rune arrows is going to make me as much profit as a Dragon Hunter crossbow after tax. Let's think about that. Alright guys, take a seat. Let's take a seat right there. We need to have a discussion. The Gilded Emporium is imploding. The bot's smoking me, guys. Nothing's buying or selling. It started so well. Alright, I gotta say, I'm absolutely shocked by how much money the ChatGPT account has made over the last 2 days. It's like 8 mil in 2 days, so this Gilded Emporium is starting to hurt a bit. As is holding these items, I really need to start look at dumping them. But at least we have some good news here. Looks a bit better than last night. I kind of wish I kept that gilded kite shield. Now I need to buy one for the set. But we'll put in an offer and get one tonight. Ooh, it's a sleepy sort of night tonight, that's for sure. And at least the offers aren't too sleepy. So now that we got these kite shields, we have our first set. I'm actually wearing one of them. Definitely not the exact colors, but we do not have time for Fashionscape. We need to chuck this set into a box, calculate how much we pay for this stuff, and I'll see what we can sell it for. Okay, so we paid 35.5 mil and they're selling for 37.3. So minus tax, that's like 36.6. So it's about 1 mil profit, which isn't as much as I was hoping for, but maybe the price of the individual pieces went down. So we're going to sell one overnight and we'll have a look at the prices again tomorrow. We'll keep the gilded streak going for just a bit longer, but I'm definitely thinking some of those lower margin items are better, but we haven't tried the dehyde here yet, so we still got a few things left to try before we give up. It is a lazy Saturday, and I need to find some new items. But if you think I could be bothered doing that on a Saturday morning, you crazy. We're just going to go for like looting bags and stuff for today and think of something tomorrow. I think the gilded's pretty well over. It's just not really working. The tax is just too much on these things. And it looks like the margins have been squeezed out of the boots well and truly. So we'll keep an eye on it over the series. But I think it's going to be time to move on. I'm just probably going to go back to basics for today and we'll have a proper think about it tomorrow. Alright, it's been about 30 seconds and now I'm confused because the full helms, the gilded, which I just looked at first, are selling for 9.7, but people are buying them for 9.1. So like, there are some good margins. Maybe we'll just keep a few of them for now, but for the most part, I probably need to stop having my G look like the gilded factory. Okay, so we've slightly capped a bit and the margins on the full helms just look really good if we can get them, so give them one last try. The dehyde bodies we made 400k on last night, which is okay. So we're going to try them again. The dehyde van braces have a margin of 500k, so we're going to try them one more time. We're not going to give up just yet, but we're definitely just going to sell off the boots and the kite shield and move on. Trusty looting bags here, and I'm excited because some of the summer pies sold last night, so we made about break even, maybe a little bit less on those, but they've been taking up an invent spot and about 16 mil cash for too long. So I'm happy to see them selling. These are selling now. So the margins on them is really good, actually. Let me pull it up. So this is another reason why I want to sell these summer pies, because as you can see, the margins, it's just moved up, but it was 675 before. If we can sell them and get back into flipping them, the margins are crazy good. So it's time to just take the loss and see if we can make the money back quicker that way. If you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing and being part of the 2-digit subscriber gang. I'd really appreciate it. Maybe even like the video. Thanks. Good morning, my fellow XP wasters. What is the goss, guys? What is the goss? We didn't record last night. We were busy, but it was pretty much business as usual. I'm happy to see that our big stack of cannonballs finally sold, so that's good. But yeah, rune arrows, if I look here, we sold the Dragon Hunter crossbow. We lost money. These big ticket items are just not worth it. So yeah, Dragon Bolts. We actually made a killing off these. I think it was our biggest one so far. 31 to 1.5 mil on those. I'm in a bit of a rush this morning, so we're just going to cut to probably... Well, we'll cut to the main, obviously. I want to show you guys, I got a really good flip on the Gilded Plate Legs, which we bought for 8 mil. We sold for just under 9, got 800k profit almost. We also got a good flip on these Wyvern Bones, which is surprising. Obviously just not thought about as much as the Dragon Bones. So we're going to do them again, although we didn't buy any. So maybe that was just a one-time thing. It's just interesting because every time I want to stop the Gilded, we get some really good flips going. So even these full helms we sold, we got 18.8 and we paid 18.4. So some good flips actually, which we need to keep up with the ChatGPT account because it's going absolutely crazy. Maybe we'll just see out the week, make it the Gilded week before we move on, since, well, what's today, day 13, so it's just tomorrow. So I just wanted to show you guys Wyvern Bones. We bought them yesterday around here and they seem to be spiking quite a bit. It seems to be pretty normal, so maybe we'll be able to catch some big margins. I've just updated my offer. It's still quite low, 2266, but we'll just play with it. So if they haven't bought tonight, we might bump it up a bit. The rest of it though, Still gilded. Actually, I'll quickly change those summer pies because I haven't bought. Looting bags as normal. Gilded plate legs are the only things with a massive margin that I can find at the moment. So, and the rest, we're just going to try and sell it off and get ready for week 3 because we're gonna get down to business, so we're gonna lose this challenge, and that would be very surprising. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I honestly thought this series would be an absolute breeze, and the first week sort of reflected that. But it'll be interesting to see what the price check shows in 2 days, because I'm not sure. Like, I feel like it's gonna be pretty close. Just another day, another north side dollar, my friends. Pretty standard. I'm thinking we're gonna get some new items. First time the Dragon Bolts haven't turned over fully in a day, so that's interesting. I think first things first, Cannonball's still killing it. I mean, no real point in stopping just yet, even with the margins changing. We'll change that. The Dragon Daggers, you just can't get enough of them. So I think that's like 200k profit, which is just not really enough at all. The rune arrows, as usual, going really well. Another 22,000 of those. That is awesome. Alright, we're going to leave the Dragon Bolts in because I feel like the price isn't that far out of reach. And we have, just going to log out here while I do this. The Dragon Bolts, they're just gone down a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. We do have an extra slot though. And I have no idea what to buy, so you could try torches. You guys know how I feel about these sort of big ticket items, especially these popular ones, but I mean, it could be worth a try. And then if these don't work, maybe starting the next week, we'll try and find some more like rune arrow type items. The only issue is I have 60 odd mil that I'm not even using at the moment on this account. So we need to try and find a way to utilize it. I'm not going to use the whole cash stack just in case they dip a fair bit overnight. I'm sure they won't, but a lot of our money, like these Fury Ornament kits, obviously the rune arrows that I've been yapping on about, they don't require much outlay at all to make really good money. So it's interesting to see. You really don't need a big cash stack to make proper money. Although it does help for these Dragon Bolts. We really need to find another. So when I'm feeling more refreshed tomorrow with more brain power, we will go on a bit of a sleuthing mission. But if this GE is anything to go by, 101 mil, and we've got 25 mil in the stack, that's insane. I think this account might even be ahead of the main. So we won't find out for another day and a half, but the Gilded Arc could be costly. Alright, we have good and bad news, guys. The good news is there's these Wyvern Bones have bought, which I'm excited about because we made a good merch on them yesterday. And we really need to get moving. We need to find stuff that isn't taking up so many slots and not making us anywhere near enough money. Yeah, like I've been saying, a lot of the guild's going to go. The boots have just completely crunched in on the margin. Van Racer's good margin, but just not enough liquidity. Not enough liquidity. Excellent news on the summer pies. We bought them for 750. They have shot up a bit. I think I'm just going to try and sell because the last time I tried to get a bit greedy and went sort of like 900 here, we got stuck with them. So I'll chuck them in now for, yeah, 848. That will be about a mil minus a bit of tax. So we'll take that for a win. All right, legends. That is it for tonight. We look at making about a mil, just over a mil on the Wyvern Bones. It's about 800k on the summer pies. Hopefully the Gilded Plate Legs sell. That would be almost 700k. So if we wake up with some green bars, then we're going to look at securing a good bit of profit. A lot of sells in here. So hopefully we wake up and secure a nice big profit in the morning. This is exactly what I was hoping for when I woke up this morning. Happy, happy days. A nice profit on the Wyvern Bones, another mil there. Gilded Plate Legs, about 660k. Summer Pies, about another, I think it was about 800k. So we start the day with a 2 mil win. Some pretty good merches today. The Dragon Bolts sold, so that was a good decision not to drop our price. I figured they'd come back down. Torches will be interesting to see. But But yeah, not a whole lot going on this account, but it's just making really good consistent money. So we need to try and get ahead of that on the main. Okay, this will be the end of week 2 for the main. Oh, yes, we finally just sold a bond, but gonna be leaving most of this stuff in. I want to sell off what I can for the price check tomorrow. I sort of am surprised these didn't sell. Hopefully they will overnight. I'm just gonna go tinker with a few of these offers, but I won't be doing anything crazy. I will see you guys for the Battle of Northside tomorrow morning. Who will keep Northside? Who will be ahead? It's actually crazy that I'm even questioning it. Like, the bot's just done so good this week. Good morning, legends. The time has come for our week 2 price check. I'm pretty excited. I'm firstly just going to collect. I was just trying to sell some things off. Just going to collect as much money as I can. Cannonballs didn't sell. That's interesting. Maybe the margins moved on that. We're going to collect the items on both accounts and do our price check. So that's exciting. I'm going to have to do them one account at a time. My old laptop just cannot handle both being logged in at the moment. Alright, so a bit disappointing that we didn't sell the summer pliers and the gilded plate legs, or even the looting bags, so that sucks. But the bonds sold, which is awesome news. The other thing I have to mention is the mid price of these chasm scrolls is only 25k, but they're at 150, so I will have to do some math. I will show you guys really quickly. It says they're only 2 mil. 84 of those scrolls times 150k, 12.6 mil. So we're going to add that to our final total on the main. Alrighty. Battle of the North Side. Whichever account is ahead will stay on the north side for this next week. The other one will be relegated to south side. It's interesting. I'll put up on screen the end of week 1. The main was ahead by double. I was about 15.5 mil ahead on the main. And this ChatGPT account was at 7.5 mil, over 100 mil. Now, I only beat the ChatGPT account 2 days out of 7 in the last week, which is extremely interesting. I didn't see that coming at all. I honestly thought this series would be a complete breeze for the main. But the ChatGPT account has recommended some really good items like the rune arrows, the cannonballs. Obviously, the dragon bolts have been a big portion of the profits. Anyways, without further ado, let's price check the ChatGPT account. We started with 100 mil. It has been 2 weeks. A bond is about 14.5 mil. What are we at? Oh my god. What? There's no way. So we made about 22 mil this week. That is insane. I can't believe it. That's crazy. 129.5. Wow. I actually think this could be ahead. Let's see what the main's on. Guys, I'm in shock. I'm in shock at the price check of the last one. We just discussed about the Chasm Teleport Scrolls, so I'll add 12.6 mil to the price check. But essentially, to win the Battle of the North Side, this price check without the Chasm Teleport Scrolls must be over 117 mil. I have no idea if it's going to be. I have no clue. But, well, we'll take that out. I want the cash going first. Let's see. Oh my god. Wow. So plus 12.6 mil is 129.4. Oh my god. There's like 100k in it. I feel like if we'd sold like the summer pies or even any of these, if we'd sold any of them, we would have been ahead. I cannot believe that there is only less than 100k in it after 2 weeks. That is insane. We need to lock in. So I did spend this week. I fucked around with Gilded this week, so you don't have to. Like, there's some good margins, but you need to be constantly checking. Some items are very contested, and sometimes they'll get forgotten about. Like the Gilded boots it was almost a 400k margin on a 2 mil item for a couple of days, but now it's down to less than 100k. So, wow. I have some new items planned. I've done a bit of research, so we're going to move on from Gilded for sure. Maybe we'll go to third age. I don't know. I feel like I haven't learned my lesson, but no, I'm kidding. We got some new items. I cannot believe I'm being relegated to the south side on the main. Unbelievable. This is going to be crazy, guys. Like, I cannot believe it. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. We've definitely got a series on our hands. I cannot wait for week 3. Make sure to drop a sub if you're keen to see what happens next. And I will see you guys in a week. Take care, legends.